What if the price of chasing paradise was eating the people you love? If that line made your heart skip, smash the like button, hit subscribe, and stay close, because this isn't just a story about snow and starvation. This is about how blind trust in the American dream led families into a blizzard they couldn't pray their way out of. A map burns slowly as a narrator speaks. Snow falls over it. Children's laughter echoes, slowly warping into eerie silence. A wagon wheel cracks in slow motion. In 1846, nearly 90 people, men, women, children, left Illinois chasing California's Golden Whisper. They were the Donner Party, just one of many families chasing manifest destiny. But here's what made them different. They took a shortcut, but that shortcut was a lie. Visual prompt. A wagon caravan rolls past, waving prairie grass under a golden sun, then a subtitle, Donner Party, 1846. Lansford Hastings promised a quicker path through Utah's salt desert. He'd never actually traveled it. Still, the Donners trusted his pamphlet because back then, paper hope sold better than hard truth. Therefore, they turned south, straight into one of the most unforgiving stretches of land on the continent. A map splits in two. Oregon Trail versus Hastings Cutoff in blood-red ink. Wind howls across sand. Crossing the salt desert took them 5 days, not 2. Oxen dropped, wagons shattered, water evaporated before it touched lips. But they pushed on, because what was behind them was just as merciless. Skeletons of oxen half buried in white salt. A woman stares at the horizon, lips cracked, eyes hollow. By late October, they reached the Sierra Nevada. Snow began to fall. At first, it was pretty. Then it was permanent. 22 feet of snow sealed the mountain passes like a coffin lid. Therefore, they built cabins, dug in, and waited for a rescue that never came. Pine trees sagging under snow. Time lapse. Blue sky to white-out blizzard in seconds. At first they ate rawhide, then their pets, then mice, then nothing. But hunger has a voice, and it doesn't whisper. Hands tearing apart leather. Close-up of children staring into empty pots. December 16th, 15 people left camp on snowshoes to find help. They became the forlorn hope. Therefore, they became the first to eat the dead. But even that didn't save most of them. A frozen silhouette collapses in a white void. The others look on, knowing what must happen next. Back at camp, one cabin became a grave. The Breens, the Graves, the Murphys, they all watched someone die. But death wasn't the worst part, it was the waiting. Visual prompt. Cabin interior, breath visible in the freezing air. Someone whispers, "I think he's gone." 4 separate relief parties arrived between February and April. Out of 87, only 48 survived. Most were children. Some remembered their parents as food. Therefore, the name Donner became a ghost in American memory. A cautionary tale whispered around campfires and classrooms. Survivors being led out of the snow. One girl looks back, eyes wide. We remember the cannibalism, but we forget the deeper horror, that families were deceived, manipulated by greed, by maps that promised speed over safety, by an ideology that told them suffering is noble if it leads to land. Therefore, maybe the real tragedy wasn't the snow. It was the dream that pushed them into it. A pamphlet titled Hastings Cutoff, the Fastest Route, burns away to reveal graves in the snow. What if the price of chasing paradise was eating the people you love? This wasn't just a blizzard, it was betrayal, frozen in time, hit-like. If stories like this haunt you, subscribe for more true tales that history tried to bury. But before you go, if you were trapped in that storm, would you have done what they did? Drop your answer in the comments. I'm reading everyone.